Brothers and sisters, today I want to speak to that place in your heart that's been wrestling with uncertainty. Maybe you've been asking, Lord, I've made the plans, I've prepared, I've taken steps. So why isn't it happening the way I imagined? Proverbs 16:9 reminds us that though we may plan, it is God who establishes our steps. That means our lives are not at the mercy of chance. We are not walking blindly. We are walking by divine appointment. You may be someone who maps out your future with excellence and purpose. You wake up early, stay focused, and work hard, and that's a good thing. Planning is not wrong. It's biblical. God honors diligence and vision. But we must also be surrendered. Surrendered to the one who sees what we cannot see, who knows what we do not know, and who holds what we cannot control. Because even the best made plans must yield to God's sovereign hand. This verse is not a discouragement against preparation. It's an invitation to dependence. God is not asking you to stop dreaming. He's asking you to trust Him with the direction of those dreams. He's asking you to let Him be the compass when the road ahead looks different from the map in your heart. Because sometimes He takes us on unfamiliar roads, not to frustrate us, but to prepare us for a destiny greater than we planned. Think about Ruth. She didn't plan to lose her husband. She didn't plan to leave her homeland. Her heart was filled with sorrow and uncertainty. But step by step, God was establishing something far beyond her expectation. She followed Naomi in faith, and that faith positioned her in the fields of Boaz. She didn't know it, but God was setting her up for redemption, purpose, and legacy. Ruth planned to survive. God planned for her to become part of the lineage of the Messiah. That's the power of God's steps over our plans. Sometimes God allows our plans to fall apart, not because He wants to break us, but because He wants to build us. You may be facing disappointment right now, but let me tell you, the disappointment is not the end. It's divine redirection. That door that didn't open, it wasn't yours. That job that didn't last, it wasn't meant to carry you to your calling. That relationship that didn't work out, it wasn't part of your divine steps. God is not delaying you. He is positioning you. Your heart may plan for comfort, but God establishes steps that refine. You may want an easy road, but God orders a path that strengthens your faith. You may be aiming for something good, but God is steering you towards something eternal. That's why some plans fail. Not because they were wrong, but because they were too small for what God wants to do in and through you. His thoughts are higher. His ways are greater. It's not just about where you're going. It's about who you're becoming along the way. Every step that God establishes is not only leading you to a destination, it is forming your character, increasing your trust, deepening your prayer life, and anchoring your identity in Him. He's not just leading you forward, He's transforming you through the journey. If you're in a season where nothing seems to be going according to your plan, don't panic, don't retreat, don't get bitter. Just because the plan changed doesn't mean God's purpose has. His purpose stands. His will prevails. His grace sustains. The steps He is establishing are tailor-made for you. They may not be quick. They may not be easy, but they are holy. Sometimes God blocks a plan to protect your soul. You thought you were ready. You thought that opportunity was yours. But God knew the weight of it would crush you if you took it too soon. So instead of saying yes, He whispered, "Not yet." And while you grieved what you lost, He was preserving what you didn't even know you needed. Trust that God's hand is still writing your story, even when your plans hit a wall. That rejection you experienced, God was behind it. That delay you're facing, God is using it. That silence you feel, God is still speaking, just not in the way you expected. He doesn't always confirm through open doors. Sometimes he speaks through closed ones. You see, the steps God establishes often make sense in reverse. When you look back, you begin to realize why he allowed certain things and blocked others. You begin to see the divine threads that wove your trials into testimonies. And when you arrive at the place of purpose, you'll realize you didn't miss a thing. God brought you exactly where you needed to be. Planning with God in mind is wisdom, but walking with God in surrender is faith. It takes faith to keep moving forward when your plan feels like it's unraveling. It takes faith to say, Lord, I don't understand, but I trust you. And it takes even more faith to lay down a plan you loved in order to walk the path God established. But faith pleases God, and faith moves mountains. You are not lost. You are led. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. God is not in a rush, and he's not confused. He knows exactly what he's doing. His timing is precise. His steps are perfect. And if you stay close to him, you will see the beauty of his plan unfold in ways you never imagined. You may have the qualifications, the desire, and even the opportunity, and yet somehow things still don't unfold the way you expected. That's when this verse becomes real. You realize that it's not about how perfectly you planned, but about how completely you trust. God sometimes allows tension between your plans and his steps to mature your faith. He teaches you to rely on him, not the calendar, not the checklist, and not the connections. Because he knows that unless your confidence is in him, you'll always be shaken when plans shift. But when you lean on him, you discover that your steps are grounded in something far stronger than a plan. They are rooted in divine purpose. God's way of establishing your steps may feel slow, but it is never wasted. Each delay develops you. Each redirection protects you. And each unexpected turn prepares you. Remember, God is eternal. He doesn't just look at your next move, he sees your entire life. He's establishing steps that will lead not only to your breakthrough, but to your impact. So even if you don't understand the current step, take it with faith. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is trust God when the path isn't clear and keep walking when the destination isn't visible. He's not just bringing you somewhere. He's bringing you into something, a purpose bigger than you, a testimony stronger than you imagined, and a future established by his unshakable hands. We must stop seeing interruptions as inconveniences and start seeing them as divine interventions. God is not trying to frustrate you. He's trying to focus you. Maybe the reason your plan didn't work is because it would have distracted you from your purpose. Maybe what felt like a detour was actually a shortcut to destiny. Let God interrupt you. Let him reroute you. Let him cancel what needs to be canceled and build what needs to be built. The most secure place to be is not in your plan. It's in God's purpose. When he establishes your steps, he also goes before you. He clears the way. He opens the right doors. He sends the right people. He provides the strength you need to keep going. The path God establishes is filled with peace, even in chaos. It is marked by grace, even in hardship, and it produces fruit, even in dry seasons. If your heart is fully surrendered, then you don't have to fear the unknown, because you're not walking alone. You are being guided by the one who knows the end from the beginning. So what do you do while waiting for God to establish your steps? You keep praying. You keep obeying. You stay in the Word. You remain faithful. You plant seeds of hope. You trust that every small act of obedience is part of a bigger picture that God is painting with your life. And when the time is right, he will make it happen. Declare this with boldness. I may have plans, but I trust God to direct them. I may not see the full picture, but I trust the painter. I may feel delayed, but I am not denied. The steps of my life are ordered by the Lord, and I will walk by faith and not by sight. Brothers and sisters, as you move forward, don't abandon your dreams, but surrender them. Don't give up on your calling, but give God control. Trust in His sovereign direction and allow your heart to rest in the truth that the one who formed you is the one who is guiding you. Your plans are the blueprint, but His steps are the foundation. So keep walking, keep believing, and keep your eyes on the one who establishes your steps. If this message encourages you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Help spread the word, and let's keep trusting God's plan together.